So what do you think? Do you think the truth is out there? Hi, I'm Nefer Kefri, your hostess with the ghostess, welcoming you to True Tales of the Paranormal, where I share my own personal paranormal experiences and those of my family and friends. Today's True Tale of the Paranormal centers around a UFO sighting I had that just happened to occur in my very own backyard. So stay tuned and find out what happened. Welcome to my channel. I thank you for stopping by today. If you like what you see, I ask that you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified of when I post a video. I tend to post every Wednesday at noon Central Standard Time. Today, I'm sharing with you a UFO sighting I experienced just this past April of 2024. I do have to preface it by saying this is my second UFO sighting. I had one when I was about 10 or 11, and that one was just so short and fleeting. There's really nothing to say about it. This one was weird because of what led up to my sighting. So what led up to it was that I was in direct messages on Instagram with a really good friend of mine, and we were sending each other audio messages back and forth, having a nice chat. And the topic of UFOs came up. And I was telling her my theory about what I think the aliens are. And basically, real short, what I think my theory is, you've got extraterrestrials, you've got the angelic, and you have the demonic. So you actually have three different types. And under extraterrestrials, there are probably a number of races. But the other two types would be angelic and demonic. And that's a whole other thing that I don't have the time to go into right now. But you need to know that so the rest of the story makes sense. So we're talking about this, and I'm telling her my theory. And I'm saying, I'm just so bummed that I haven't seen a UFO since I was 10. And, when you're a kid and you're seeing this stuff, you don't really understand what you're looking at. And so to me, I don't even count that event. And because I was just like, oh my God, what is that? And then it was gone. So I was just like, oh, well, went about my way. If I'd seen it as an adult, I would have been like, holy crap. But anyway, so I'm telling her this, and I'm like, God, it's so unfair. I've had all these other paranormal experiences. Is that going to be the only UFO I ever see? I told her, I'm 60 now. This happened before my birthday in June. So I was 60. I'm 61 now. And she's like, just chill. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, So she and I went on chatting, and I brought up Archangel Michael. I'm a spiritual worker, I'm a light worker, and I do a lot of work with Archangel Michael, call upon him for his help very often on behalf of my clients. And so we were talking about him, and I was discussing with Heather my theory that, and it's not just my theory, many more people are coming around to this way of thinking, that aliens are not just extraterrestrial, but there's angelic and demonic energies going on up there as well that sometimes people can see. And so we're talking about Archangel Michael and all this, and then I'm like, they can hear us, supposedly. And so I'm like, maybe I'll see one. You never know. And then all of a sudden, I saw a plane. I'm sitting in my living room, and our living room is a cathedral high ceiling. So we've got a set of windows, and then we have a second set of windows really up high near the ceiling. So those give us a view of the treetops, of my two red maples, and also the sky. And just as I was saying that, how long is it going to take for me to see another UFO? I'm 60 now. Am I ever going to get to see one? I saw an airplane through that window, and the plane, I swear, it was going up at a 45-degree angle like this. And I'm like, what in the hell? I've never seen a plane do that. Now, we live about 30 minutes from Bush Intercontinental Airport here in Houston, Texas. And we're also 45 minutes from NASA. So we are like prime location for, weird stuff going on in the skies. Well, I'm seeing this plane go at this 45-degree angle, and I say to her in a voice message, I said, Heather, I gotta go. Something weird, I'll be right back. And I go running outside with my phone in my hand thinking, what if this plane's getting ready to crash? And it was right over a very populated area of North Houston. And in the time it took me to get out there, probably 3 seconds, maybe 4, the plane had leveled off. Okay, so now the plane was going horizontal like it should. And I'm like, okay, thank God, And then I noticed, it left a trail in the sky. What do they call those trails? Someone comment below and let me know. I always forget. But those white trails that jets will leave in the sky. So you could kind of say, yes, sweetie, you gonna come say hi? You'll go, look, this is Blue Star. Say hi to the nice people, Blue Star. Hello, I'm shy. I'm gonna go now. Okay, there you go. Oh, and here's Magic. I can't lift Magic up. Magic is an Australian Shepherd, and she weighs 50 pounds. But she gets jealous right away and has to come every time I handle the cat. Getting back to it. So there's the trail from the jet. And then I notice that its 45-degree angle trail is also up in the sky. And then I see a second jet going in the opposite direction. Like I said, we're 20 minutes from Bush Intercontinental. There are a lot of jets. And so as this plane is going horizontal this way, it crosses the 45-degree angle trail of the first jet. And then there's like wind or cloud movement, I don't know what, to where the trail that was at 45 degrees begins to straighten out to where it's almost at 90 degrees now. It's almost straight up and down. And this other trail crosses it, and I'm going, oh wow, that's almost an equal armed cross in the sky. And I thought to myself, like X marks the spot. And then that made me think of the X-Files. And, because I had just been talking about UFOs with my friend Heather, and I'm a huge X-Files fan. How can you not be into the paranormal and not be a fan of the X-Files? Anyway, so I'm thinking, ooh, X marks the spot. And so when I'd gone out there, my dog had run out with me. So she was running around in the grass. And I'm like, come on, Magic, come on, let's get in the house. So in the 2 or 3 seconds it took me to look down and say to her, come on, Magic, let's get back in the house, I start to turn around. As I start to turn around, I catch something out of the corner of my eye up in the sky. And I go to look. Right in the center, dead center of where those 2 trails crossed, I see a perfectly spherical silver ball. And I'm standing here on my back deck, looking up at this thing. And, your brain is a very funny thing. You think the second you look up into the sky, if you see a UFO, you're going to know that's what you're looking at. I didn't know what I was looking at. I looked up and I'm like, wait, what? It's like you go through 2 seconds of this does not compute to this is weird. Then you jump to, oh my God, it couldn't be. Because then the disbelief hits you. And then the next jump is, I'm there on my deck screaming, a UFO, a UFO, there's a UFO over my yard, there's a UFO. And I've got my phone right in my hand, right? And so I'm like going, oh my God, I'm going to record it, And it wasn't that far away. I really couldn't tell you how far it is. I'm super bad at judging visual distance, but I could see a line going down the center of this spherical object. So it looked like it was 2 halves and there was a seam going down the middle of it. I could see that seam. And I thought, I can zoom in with my video, my camera, and get a really good shot of this thing. And so I take up my phone and I flipped it open and I'm holding it up and I hit the camera and it's showing 89% battery. And I remember it's showing 89% battery. I could see it in my point of view as I'm looking up at this thing and getting ready to lift up my phone to start recording. I hit record all of a sudden the whole screen went completely black. And I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, what's wrong with it? I'm tapping the screen, tapping the screen, tapping the screen. Nothing's happening. My phone was a dead brick in my hand. And I'm like, and I scream out, you have got to be kidding me right now. And then I look up at the object, and it's still sitting there. Hasn't moved. It's not making any sound. It's not rotating, nothing. It's just at a standstill up there in the sky. And then all of a sudden, it blinks out. And there's nothing there at all. It's like suddenly someone flipped a switch and the thing is just gone. I don't know if it put up a cloaking device or if it just moved so incredibly fast that my eye couldn't pick up the movement. I don't know. End result is I can no longer see it. And then I look back down at my phone and I'm like, what the hell? And I start tapping on it again. Nothing is happening. I bring it in, and because I was going to have to tell my friend Heather what was going on, because I'd kind of left her hanging. So I see something, I have to go outside. You know, I didn't want her to worry. So I go and I plug in my phone, and you know, they take a few seconds before they start to connect with the charge. My phone would not make that initial connection with the charge. It was a dead brick sitting there on my countertop, black as pitch. I'm there tapping on the screen. No little battery icon was coming on, nothing. It was dead. It took, I can't remember now if it was 2 hours or 3 hours to begin to connect to get the charge. I mean, I thought the aliens killed my phone. I really did. I thought my phone was dead. And I was like, my husband's going to kill me. You guys all know phones ain't cheap, right? And so it finally started to pick up a charge. And then it charged up. And it took forever. It took another almost till bedtime. So in another maybe 6 hours or so. And I go to bed. So I leave it plugged in because I use it as my alarm. So, I set my alarm, I go to sleep just like I always do. And overnight, it'll go down, very few percentage points with the battery, very few. I get up in the morning and the thing's at 3% when my alarm goes off. So somehow, from 11:30 at night until 9 in the morning, without any activity on my phone, without any apps open except for the alarm, my battery's drained. After that, so of course I go charge it, right? And it does the same thing again. It takes forever to start making the connection with the charge. The battery life, the battery percentage is not increasing. It's just sitting there at 3%. And I'm just going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The aliens screwed up my phone. Damn those aliens, And so finally I started picking up a charge again. But I only got up to it took 4 hours, a ridiculous amount of time to get up to 60%. So by this time, I'm like, they've screwed up my phone. So now I'm pissed. My husband comes home from work that night. He already knows I've seen the UFO. He already thinks I'm crazy. I mean, he's always thought I was crazy. So now he really thinks I'm crazy, right? And I go, Stuart, I hate to break it to you, but my phone, the aliens, they screwed up my phone. And he's kind of rolled his eyes. He's like, what did the aliens do now? And I said, no, seriously. Look, it takes forever to get a charge. And then it just gets drained and the battery is crap now. And he's like, so you're trying to tell me when the aliens drained your battery so you could not record them, that now your battery is screwed up? I'm like, yes, I need a new phone. So 2 days later, my wonderful husband bought me a new phone. And that is the story of my UFO experience. And I really think they can listen to us, that they can hear us, because I had been in DMs on Instagram with my friend Heather going, I want to see a UFO. How come I haven't seen one? And then within 5 minutes, I'm seeing a UFO. What are the odds? I would think they are freaking astronomically incalculable, So that's that experience. So I thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen, I ask that you please hit the like button, subscribe, and by all means, please drop a comment, because comments really help my channel to grow. The YouTube algorithm loves comments. That shows it that people are interested in this video, so that it had better show it to other people. And I appreciate everyone dropping comments. My channel has been really growing. I deeply appreciate that. And I look forward to sharing my next true tale of the paranormal. This has been Neferkefri, your hostess with the ghostess, wishing you a wonderful day ahead.